marriage without tears. That presupposes that there are some marriages that are with tears. Tear that we're talking about here is not the joyful tear. God just teach me well. No, it is tear that comes out of pain. God did not intend that. That's Proverbs 10:22. God did not intend that we will have sorrow in our marriages. Therefore, if we are not going to have sorrow and tears, I want to share a few things with the singles, and then I'll wrap it up with the marriage. I'm a marriage counselor. It will shock you the kind of things that bring tears to marriages. Marriage is many things to many people. So some people, marriage is a necessary evil. To some other people, marriage is a mere social contract to be run and guided by traditions and superstitious beliefs. A woman should only be seen, not heard. It's okay if a man commits adultery. In fact, if he impregnates somebody, the family will just come one day, early in the morning. And they will call, Mama, sit down. Something cannot become two. And you will be angry. If your husband cannot talk to you, we can talk to you. He made a mistake. And there's nobody above mistake, okay? Oh yeah, you two, kneel down. And they will carry their hand. You've been married for 15 years. The labor is too much. She will be helping you in the kitchen. Helping you to wash plates, okay? Once you get married, don't ever, as a girl, come back to this house because your room is no longer vacant. Even if the man is killing you, stay there and be praying and fasting. You are 30 and you are not yet married. You need deliverance. Every spiritual husband, come out. The entire universe runs on laws. When God created the planet Earth, he put laws in place as his modus operandi. One of the laws is the law of learning, the law of education. And the first characteristic of that law is repetition. You came into church this evening, you sat down. The reason you were able to sit down is because you have sat down before. Repetition. The Bible is the most powerful book on earth. Everything is in the Bible. Faith cometh by hearing. Everybody, let's recite the multiplication table. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 2. 2 times 4. Okay. Clap for yourselves. Do you know that there was a time, if your teacher asked you 2 times 6, you say 2 times 6. If you were in my age bracket, we will look for stones. 2 like this. 2. You couldn't say 2 times 6, 12. So the teacher had to make you sing it. Because the teacher, that's what we call unconscious competence. The teacher knew that the law of learning is characterized by repetition. So the teacher says, repeat it, start singing. And then you began to sing and sing. And today, look at you. Repetition. Everything you know to do today has been because you have repeated it. When your baby was young and the baby was trying to walk, The baby fell down. You say, oh, you know you're going to be a king tomorrow. You know you're a prince. Don't stand up. Don't stand up. No. You encourage the child to stand because you understand that the child will be able to walk if the child walks. Repetition. The law of gravity says, you jump up, you must come down. It is the law. There's no devil. Satan, hey, Jesus' name, I will not come down, so I'm jumping. Lie. Whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian, whether you are poor, because laws are absolute. Laws are universal. Laws are impersonal. I went into all this to say that the reason why a lot of us have beliefs, certain beliefs about marriage, is because of repetition. We've seen it modeled to us. So as I was growing up, my mother will bring water for my father to drink, and my mother will kneel down while my father will be drinking. A fellow human being kneeling down to give you water, and the water no choke you. The water no choke you. Are you the drinker? Because of culture, tradition, and superstition. So when I got married 38 years ago, I brought it into marriage. Every morning I must kneel down to greet my husband. Even when he travels, when telephone came, on the telephone, I will still kneel down to greet him. And I thought that was submission. Listen to the next statement I'm about to make. The illiterates of the 21st century are not the people that cannot read or write. They are the people that cannot unlearn. What kind of marriage has been modeled to you? Because sometimes what we see is not Bible, it is culture. The woman should submit. Some will even quote Paul that was never married. If Paul were to rewrite the Bible now, there are certain things he will not put there. Because the times have changed. Hebrews chapter 1 and verse number 1. God, who at sundry times used to, this is how he does it now. Principles don't change, but methods change. And if you refuse to change, you will be chained. For the literates of the 21st century are not the people that cannot read or write, but the people that cannot unlearn and relearn. So in Africa, we define submission to favor the man because we run a patriarchal society. And the same men that are in the society are in charge of politics. So they make policies that favor patriarchs. The same men are the majority in ministry and church. So you go to some churches and they say, a woman must cover her head. Ebori. While prayer is going, you are not, did you, while prayer is going on? How did you see me that's me, Ebori? The woman is nothing. I'm talking about how marriages are run. In ministry, the woman is nothing. Even in a nation like Nigeria, women are begging, give us 35%. There was nothing Hillary Clinton could have done at that time that would have made her the president of America. We run a patriarchal society. It's been on for years. It took us years and years to get here. So, it will take us years to get out. But some of us are leading a vanguard. Some men are leading a vanguard. Some women are leading a vanguard that, look, no child is inferior to another. No child. And this is how we start it. When a woman gives birth, the first question is, what did he born? What did she born? And then we move on. As the children begin to grow, and your baby boy falls down and is crying, and they begin to say, Kilo Shia, why are you crying like a girl? Remember the law of learning, repetition. Repetition. So the child hears it over and over and over again and says, okay, a man is not supposed to cry. A man is supposed to bottle everything in. Even if his wife is abusing him, he must not talk. He must not cry. And the last time somebody went to the police to report, the police were just laughing. Your wife, they beat you. You see our society. And then as we grow, we begin to concentrate on the girl child. When you sit down, close your legs. Don't wear any provocative dress. You must know how to cook. When your mother-in-law comes, this is how you do. You must give your husband sex. You must do this. Even me, I preach it. Who preaches to the male child? Who prepares the male child for marriage? So, the male child grows up. He notices that daddy or the male figure is always in charge in church and ministry. The male figure is always in charge in politics. The male figure is always in charge in society. And then he grows up with an entitlement mentality. It's even made worse when mommies will tell the children, if you're a girl, come to the kitchen, come and Ramilawa, while the boys are playing football. So the boy grows up, gets into marriage, looking for a cook. Are there not many boys that cannot prepare my man? How did we get here? Why do we need to start talking about marriage without tears? Is marriage supposed to be with tears? This is how we started it. And charity begins at home. So the child saw daddy that mommy could not confront daddy. Daddy was the lion of the tribe of their family. Daddy doles out money to his house help. In fact, sometimes when daddy is upset, daddy refuses to eat. He's not hungry. When he's hungry, he will go and microwave the food of yesterday. So the boy grew up seeing daddy as untouchable. Law of education. Law of learning. When rape takes place, you too, why did you go to his house at night? As if his house is a lion's den. You too, why did you wear a short dress? You too, the blame comes. It is so bad that even when a woman is being abused, you will see her making excuses for her abuser. I must be the one that provoked him. He's not like that. He's not that bad, though. He still sent us to Dubai 3 years ago. Myself and the children, we went. If you grow up as a young boy and you think paying school fees, sending your children and your wife to the abroad, buying business class tickets is all that responsibility in marriage entails. Wake up, you are dreaming, because now women can pay school fees. Now women can buy their own tickets. Now women can go to the abroad. Don't write the abroad. I'm trying to demystify superstitions, tradition that we have come to believe, and we're even inserting inside the Bible because we've heard it over and over again. Some people will even say the Bible says. And you see authority figures committing this crime. Wedding day, the Bible reading for this wedding is Ephesians chapter 5, beginning from verse 22. Excuse me, sir, what about verse 21? What about verse 21? The little mathematics that I know, 21 precedes 22. How come that it's only 22 you always start from? Submitting one to another in the fear of God. How did we get here? I'm just trying to help you trace it. The African culture in particular, where a man can marry as many wives as possible. And they all go to the farm. They all labor, including the man. And when they are returning, the man holds only one useless cutlass, with which is driving away imaginary flies. And greeting people that do not require his greetings. While the woman carries loads with pregnancy, and then she gets home to run to the kitchen again. While the man sits beside or before a transistor radio. What was modeled to you can be the cause of the tears. Because now the person you want to marry has become aware, is enlightened, and will not take what your mother or your grandmother used to take from your grandfather. And now you say, she's not submitting. Submission, Bible submission is not slavery. Bible submission is not subjugation. It is strength put under control. I am heavy. I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm anointed. You are heavy. You are a multi-millionaire. You are anointed. I choose to allow you be in charge, because every plane has a pilot, but every plane also has a co-pilot. No husband knows everything. No wife knows everything. It's about synergy. You don't want tears. Your wife knows better about money. Let her manage it. Your husband knows better. There are things I don't even dabble into because it's just not my area. It's just natural for my husband to handle it in the marriage. There are things my husband doesn't even bother about. He knows I will fix it. It's about the synergy. You don't want tears. Stay on your lane. And allow your spouse to shine. To some people, marriage is an organized forum for childbearing and child rearing. They don't want to be giving birth everywhere, so say, let's get married. Organized forum for childbearing and child rearing. The woman is a baby factory machine. That's it. In Africa, the wife is like a glorified slave. So in the core African culture, there is no marriage. In the Western world, marriage is like a business. For better, for stay, for whatever. Forget about what you see in movies. So marriage is neither Western nor African. Marriage is a gift of God. And the blessings of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow. When we talk about marriage without tears, and I said, there's no marriage without tears. We have tears of joy now. But we also have some tears. It's just that as you begin to grow in grace, the tears reduce. You are no longer a cry baby. Every little thing you cry. You too, you now grow, you mature, and you get to and say, we thank God, you know. It's marriage. Because proximity, the fact that in my village they say the person you sleep beside you will roll over. So, as Reverend is there now, no matter what he does, he cannot step on me because there's no proximity. When you get married, you have invited someone officially to invade your privacy. I mean, invade. So you can't complain. Every marriage that will succeed, that will fail, will go through 7 stages. Divorce is the final stage. They are talking about divorce. That's the final stage. Before divorce, a lot has gone into it. That's what we call reality stage. Hey? So you snore like this. Madam, with all your makeup, so your pants is like this. When reality will show. Are we on the same page? Those of us that are married, marriage is a privilege. It's a great honor. It's a blessing from God. It's a gift of God. And you can choose to enjoy your marriage. Your marriage can never be exactly like another person's marriage. Build your own. Invest time in your marriage. Love is just a feeling. Don't marry just because of love. It's a feeling. And like any emotion, it degenerates with time. Particularly if it is not invested into. So we keep investing into our marriages. So my husband keeps telling me, I love you before he drops the phone. It's intentional. We keep putting in effort. At that point, it is friendship that sustains the marriage. So make sure you build friendship in marriage. You will need it in the evening of your life. When generator starts backing up. When you can no longer have sex every day. Even if you want to. Your physical body will tell you, calm down. It is friendship that sustains marriage at that time. And it doesn't, because winners are only declared in the ring. They are not made in the ring. This is the time to start building the friendship if you're in marriage. I've been married 38 years, so if there's someone you need to listen to, I'm here. I'm telling you what is real. Start building the friendship now. You cannot just be in the living room as a married couple. 5 years of marriage, 2 years of marriage, 1 year of marriage, 13 years of marriage, and then one is sitting there and the other one is sitting here. And the man is busy watching Arsenal and Barca. And he's screaming. What are you doing, madam? Come close to him. Pillow your head on his chest. Man disturb me. Me disturb where? Me disturb where? In your mind, at the back of your mind, you are building friendship. Out of sight is out of mind. So, you are both watching. I had to by force be watching football. I had to by force be watching my husband as he plays table tennis. I can't really play. Maybe I can only serve. But if you are playing with my husband and I'm there, I will so much distract you, you will lose. Because I'm trying to pass a message across to my husband that I believe in you. Hey, Richard, come on. Hey, you know, and all that. And when you serve, I say, Igbo, in Jesus' name. You know. Just to register my presence in his hobby. Marriage is hard work. Do not allow in-laws come in between you. As a man, be the man indeed when it comes to handling your family. Particularly in this part of the world where the woman is not supposed to talk back. Be the one that will defend your wife. That's the reason why your right hand was free on your wedding day. With your left hand, the left ventricle close to your heart, you held your wife. But with the right hand, you're supposed to defend her. Man up! In-laws have destroyed too many marriages. And they bring tears. Tears of frustration to these marriages. Let's stop it. That woman will feel loved, feel appreciated. Marriage takes its toll on a woman. And you don't want to add adultery to it. One woman said to me that 2 of her sisters lived with her. And as we speak, the 2 of them have children for the husband. Even as I speak to you, I'm in pains on her behalf. You don't commend your wife, but you commend everybody in church. You commend everybody in the office. This is your hair. This is your... And you don't do that for your wife at all. Because familiarity breeds contempt. Just like a guest speaker is always more anointed than the pastor. Is it not your pastor that nurses you and stands beside you at the hospital? I'm done now. I'm on my way. Is it not your pastor that will stand? Will you call me? Do you even have my number? Is it not your pastor that labors over you? When the guest speaker comes and says, "For God so loved the world," yeah! Marriages today that are in tears perpetually because of what they are attacking. Heaven is replying. They are attacking. And the people they are attacking are doing good to them. He that repairs evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. It's in the Bible. And you still see this people and say, "We bless God for you. We thank God for you." As a couple, let's begin to take note of this. As I close today, Jesus Christ is the center of history. If you allow him in your life, or in your home, it will shock you how the times of tears will reduce. If you let him be your Lord and your Savior. Marriage is sweet, depending on the cutlery you use to eat it. From today, be intentional about how you live your marital life.